Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. So we are back with our usual series where we do uh, informative videos about trading knowledge, discipline, how to handle different things. And today we are going to talk about 3 different patterns on the chart that will always help you gather up those good profits. So these are the 3 patterns we normally see many times, and they are very profitable. So without wasting any time, let's jump into right, guys. So we have 3 patterns we are going to look at today. So we're going to look at a parallel trend, change of character, and wedge. We've already created a video about wedges specifically, but today we are combining these 3 chart patterns that will make you good amount of pips. So let's jump right into it, guys. So we are going to start with some good examples we've seen that happened in the previous week, which was if you look at we are going to start with a parallel trend. So how do you trade a parallel trend? If you want to catch the trend in motion, if you want to catch the trend when it breaks, we have very good examples of all of that. So this example of Euro GBP is about when the price has exited the trend. How do you set up your entries when the price has exited the trend? So as you can see right here, I'm going to change the color to yellow. So as you can see, these 2 lines, they indicate a parallel trend where price moves into a similar pattern as it goes to the upper line and downward line as it goes in a certain direction, up or down. So as you can see, we started at 0.869 going down, and price was moving somewhere. There was some heavy bearish momentum down there, and it touched this price point right here. It touched this price point right there, and then it came back to the trend line. So it created a parallel trend to the downward side. But as it came to the end of the trend right here, we saw a range starting to form, which indicates that the selling pressure is trying to decrease. So right here you start expecting a break to the downside or a break outside of the trend, because it's moving in the sideways. Now right here, as soon as it breaks to the at the outside of the trend lines, you wait for a break of resistance or a break of structure right there. So we are looking at let's put indicators here. We are looking at this as the first resistance that was created outside of trend, and we are looking at this as the first support that was created outside of trend. Now what are you looking for to create your entries? You're looking for a break of this resistance. This was the first resistance, first support, and a break of this resistance. Sometimes the retest of this exit is very small, you have to catch the move right away, but this actually, it was simple. This was the support that was created, and this was the retest. Then it broke the resistance and went to the upside, then retested, and this was our entry right here. So this candle right there was our entry. That candle was the entry for the buy position, and you could target 20, 30, 40, 50 pips, because you know, as Euro GBP, sometimes it has less moves on the compared to other currencies. So for it, you can always target fewer pips, 30, 40, 20, and the good thing, it moves slowly, so it means even your risk management will be easier. You'll risk 15 to 20 pips and you target 20 to 30 pips, so 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2% risk reward. So that is one example we had right here on how to get a setup for a parallel trend. Now we are going to look at another example of a parallel trend, but inside the trend. So let's look at AUD USD here. Right now AUD USD is still inside the parallel trend. It hasn't broken out. So in this case, you're always looking at the 2 points. The trend started right here and touched a certain point and then came back. Now these 2 points become the beginning of the downward trend. Why do we take this point? Because it is at the support that was just broken. So this is a retest of this level. As soon as it rejects and comes back to the downside, it means this is a downward trend starting to form. And if it breaks the previous support of inside the trend, it means definitely this is a downward trend in motion. Now how do you trade the downward trend? As soon as it breaks the support level that was there and then retests below the support level, you just go in with your entries to the downward side. And then right here, now you're waiting for price to come back to this level and then retests above again to the trend line. Now it retested last week on Friday and then it broke to the downside. So here is where you put your sales as soon as it rejects to on the trend line. And always orders that are inside a parallel trend, they're always easier to manage because they have a small risk to reward ratio. We'll make a separate video about how to see and set up your risk to reward so that you don't over risk on a single or particular trade. So always these are very good entries because they have always a move which is not guaranteed but almost all the time. As you know, trends are your friend in the market. You are looking for a trend always. So let's look at our second market structure, which is change of character. What is a change of character? Okay, let's start here. This is a good example on Euro AUD. First of all, change of character is when the market changes the structure from a downward to an upward trend or from an upward trend to a downward trend, which means change of character is simply a change in the market structure from downward to upward or from upward to downward. So change of character, which is normally known as choco in the trading language, you might pronounce it however you want, but for me myself, I pronounce it as choco. So what is a choke, change of character? For example, this was a downward trend from here up to down there and then retests and back to the downward side. Now this right here was a break of structure. The market broke this support level to the downside, made a little bit of a range and then moved to the upside, which changed the market structure because this was a resistance. It was broken to the upside from downward trend now to an upside. As soon as this change of character is visible, because right here we are in the 1 hour chart, so this is a very, very serious break of structure. Now this right here will become a change of character, and now you will wait for a pullback to the downward side where we have labeled this demand zone. Now this demand zone will be your entry level to the upside because this was a downward trend. Now change of character and back to the demand zone and moves to the upside. Now we are going to see a different example of the same character, same market structure, which was on Euro card. This was very good. It was a very big downward trend and it was breaking structure here. There was a break of structure here and here also. So this was a very big downward trend which took around some 2 weeks, and then somewhere around here the market formed a little bit of a double bottom and then a break of structure to the upside where we were waiting for a move back to the zone. But right here we got a rejection early, and the rejection was holding for a good 2 days. Then we were expecting this created a very strong support around that level of 1.458, and then it broke to the upside, and as you can see it is already last week closed with already a very good move to the upside, and we are expecting it to move a little bit up and down, but straight it will go to until 1.485. So those who are targeting a big move, that's the target. But we have closer target, which was target 1 right here, and target 2 was right there. So 1 and 2 is almost hit, and we're just looking at a move straight to the last target 3. And easily we'll look at the last, which was a wedge. We already have a video about this. Those who haven't seen it, you can check in our previous video. There is a video about a wedge pattern, but it simply is a move to the downside in a downward trend, but it's converging into a small price structure down there. So for example, this is falling to the downward side and is converging to a small point between these two lines, and as soon as it breaks out, you just mark your demand and wait for the price to touch that demand and put your entry right there in the demand zone, and just wait to see how the market moves from there. So if you haven't watched the wedge video, falling and rising wedge, please check our channel, watch that video, and get to understand how the wedge, rising wedge and falling wedge works in fall. So those were the 3 market patterns, chart patterns that are really common and profitable. So thank you for watching, guys. Keep it up with the channel.